You're fired!
What news to wake up to on a Tuesday morning is that the Bears have officially fired offensive coordinator Shane Waldron.
Oh, yes!
And to be honest with you guys, as much as people say they expected, me as a diehard Bears fan that has been a Bears fan since as long as I can remember, was not expecting this to happen because, number one, historically, this franchise does not fire coaches, coordinators mid-season. So I was not expecting them to fire a coordinator or coaches mid-season, but it happened.
Sensational.
Two, I was expecting them just to change play callers and just go from there to see if they can get any rejuvenation in that aspect. So the news that the Bears have fired Shane Waldron amidst all of the offensive struggles, and this is not just the last 3-game thing. This is something that has been going on with the Bears for quite some time, basically all season long, where this offense just hasn't looked good. We had a little bit of a period where there was Carolina and Jacksonville where they did look good throwing the ball. Other side of that, trash. The passing game has not looked good all season long. This Bears offense is 30th. Trash. 30th in passing. When you talk about weapons like a Keenan Allen, like a DJ Moore, like a Kmet, who Waldron just refused to throw the football to or refused to scheme up, and I'll get into that. You have Gerald Everett, who could be a very solid tight end. You add DeAndre Swift to the running game. You have Roschon Johnson. They ended up trading Khalil Herbert. This Bears offensive repertoire was nothing to slouch on. The problem, and I think there's two problems. Number one, you have an offensive line that you did not do much to improve on. Now that we can't blame Waldron on, but we can blame Waldron for not scheming ways to make your offensive line look solid, not having wings that kind of, not hides, but kind of makes your offensive line protect better. And we can blame offensive line coach Chris Morgan. I think he should have been fired right along with Shane Waldron. He's been here the last 3 years, and his offensive line just looks piss poor horrible. But when we're talking about overall the Bears' offensive struggles, I will be 100% honest. I am the person that would not put all of the blame on a guy like Waldron. Now, yes, his system is definitely flawed. His system was not conducive to developing a guy like Caleb Williams. His system was not conducive to getting your weapons the football. His system was not conducive to, we have a set route that's going to get this guy open, maybe have a curl route go this way, have an out or an in route go this way, and we're trying to get Cole Kmet the football because we see he has a mismatch. His offense was not one that took advantage of mismatches. And when you watch the Chicago Bears offense over the year, it just looked like they called plays that, this is a good play, let's call that. This is a good play, let's call that. They did struggle to run the ball early in the year. DeAndre Swift in their running game has looked better. It doesn't help that the offensive line has injuries, whether it's to Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins has been in and out, whether it's Amagaje, Darnell Wright. It does not help in that aspect. And another thing that does not help is that this Bears offense just did not attack the middle of the field. When you watch the Bears routes, you watch the Bears route concepts, it just looks like you have 2 or 3 wide receivers in the same area. You don't have one that's running the end route to get this curl route open to move the linebackers to the other direction. It looks like Caleb Williams is running an offense that's built for a quarterback that is a veteran. And we all know Caleb Williams, as talented as he is, Caleb Williams, as much as we thought of him coming out of the draft, as much as we thought of it, it just hasn't looked good. And I can't blame Waldron all on that. The scheme is basically a fault for it, but one thing I will kind of criticize Caleb is the same thing I criticized Justin Fields on. Holding the football way too long. And when you know you have a struggling offensive line, you need more of those quick route concepts. You know you need to get the ball out of Caleb's hands quickly. Design some route concepts. Design this offense so it is designed to get the ball out of Caleb's hands quickly. And the Bears just didn't do that. We had a ton of long-lasting routes. We had a ton of routes that took time to develop. And with the offensive line that's not only hurt, but it's just not a very good unit, you can't have consistent routes that really just had the quarterback sitting and waiting on them to having one open window down the field. I do blame coaching for not saying, hey, Caleb, we need you to get the ball out of this quickly. We need you to get to the ball to the playmakers. We need you, if you don't have anything, just take off and go. I think a lot of this is schematically, the Bears offense with Waldron just schematically didn't work. 2, coaching, you haven't seen much improvement outside of 2 games, 3 games maybe from Caleb Williams, where we see that this offense, we see that he is starting to develop into a better quarterback. It's almost like things have regressed ever since the game in London. We've scored 15 points against the Commanders, and that was a game that was offensively woed in most of it. We didn't score an offensive touchdown against the Cardinals. We didn't score an offensive touchdown against New England. This Bears offense has went 23 drives without a single offensive touchdown.
Trash!
And then we're coming off of a game against New England at home where Caleb Williams got sacked 9 times.
Damn!
So looking at this Bears offense, and it looks like Luke Getsy's offense from the last 2 years. The Bears can do things to run the football, but they don't commit to it as much, and we've seen that mostly this year when we had games where Caleb Williams was throwing the ball 40 to 50 times. And as talented as Caleb Williams is, he's not that type of a quarterback. The Bears have weapons, but I've always said they don't boot them enough. They don't play action enough, because when you have a successful run game, that play action makes so much of a difference. The Bears don't do that much. They just have Caleb Williams sitting back like a duck and read long routes where you have a guy like DJ Moore. Make sure you get him a short route. You can get him a slant route, something he can get the football quickly and operate in space. Keenan Allen, a big-time third down option. Design things that, okay, Keenan Allen is one of the better route runners that we have in the NFL. Design some routes to get this man open on third down so you can continue to have drives that continue going. They had 1 for 15 last week.
Trash!
Then on top of that, you have Odunze, who is a very good receiver. Yeah, he's a very good player in space, and the Bears don't get him the ball in space. In Waldron's offense, they didn't attack the middle of the field. And I said this the last couple of weeks. When you attack the middle of the field, when you have basically a top 10 tight end like Kmet that is a big body, got hands, and can do some things after the catch, is very physical. When you don't get him the football in the middle of the field, where some of these teams where it's like you can have some of their linebackers in coverage and the Bears don't take advantage of mismatches, there is an issue. I'm not going to sit here and be the person that blames the entire offensive scheme on Waldron. Yes, he's a big part of it. Coaching this team is a big part of it. Designing the routes, designing the offense to be successful, and designing things to put your best players in their best positions to succeed. It just didn't happen. So I could blame Caleb for holding the ball too long, which we all saying that is an issue. The offensive line and the struggles and their injuries is an issue. Even when he has time, the routes are just not open because the concepts are just not schemed to get guys open. They just say, here's a window, do what you do. There was just no basic plan. There was just no, okay, I'm running this play. We're going to run this 3 wide receivers look maybe to one side to see what we get out of this. And then we're going to call something else later that probably could expose what we saw in that 3 wide receiver look. We didn't get the 2 tight end look. Okay, we got this. Maybe we run the ball out of this, and okay, we see they're playing a zone in this. We see they're playing man in this. We see they can play cover 2 in this. We didn't get none of that from this offense. It's just like, oh, we think this might work, call this. We think this might work, call it. It was just like no operational scheme in their play calling. So this Bears offense was basically a colossal failure. And we can basically point back to week 1 where we didn't even score an offensive touchdown in that win against the Tennessee Titans. This season, offensively, we're lost. Hiring Shane Waldron just proves to be a big mistake. We let guys like Cliff Kingsbury walk out the door to be the offensive coordinator of the Commanders. And you see what he's doing with Jaden Daniels. And then Jaden Daniels is having a very good year. And then we think about Cliff Kingsbury, who's the offensive coordinator with Caleb Williams at USC. So, and then another problem with this is that the Bears just don't want to pay big money for big coaching. And we've seen that over years past where it's just been a revolving door ever since the Lovie Smith era. Surprisingly, Matt Eberflus isn't fired. I still think they gave him a vote of confidence. I still kind of want him out the door, but we get at least something with Shane Waldron being fired. So at this point, I will basically take that and run with it. We do get Thomas Brown, who was the coordinator of the 2-15 Panthers, and we'll see how this goes. But at least we start somewhere, and the Bears fire Shane Waldron. So I'm happy. I'm just interested to see how things go against our hated right of those damn Green Bay Packers, and we'll see. But it's all to a good start with letting Waldron go and basically starting anew. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Those are my thoughts. Leave yours in the comments below.